Hi, and welcome to this tutorial of AutoGaitA Simi. We start with the main configuration panel. So the first box, you have to enter the location of your data files. The second box, you have to enter the name of your annotation table. Please note that there's also a separate video for how to prepare the annotation table for Simi. Then in the next box, we enter the sampling rate. So what was in hertz, meaning how many frames per second did your videos have. Here you can choose to use a constant string that follows your IDs in the file names. So this could be, for example, patient or so, because the way AutoGaitA Simi works is that in a given data folder, it just scans through all Excel tables it can find. And if you don't have a constant string here, it will attempt to analyze any Excel table it can find in a given folder. So this constant string might be useful if you want to differentiate between patients and controls, for example, without putting those files in separate folders. Then the advanced configuration for the joint customization. Here you can tell us which joints you want to analyze. You can add joints using this button. And on the right side, you can choose how to configure angles. So that means what is the name of an angle. So for example, knee. And then how should we compute it? So what is the lower joint and the upper joint that this angle is made up from? So for the knee, the lower joint is the ankle and the upper joint the hip. And we know then that we compute the knee angle as vectors going from the ankle to the knee and the knee to the hip. And again, this button can be used to add entries. For the advanced configuration, it's separated into an analysis and an output section. For the analysis, you first enter the number of bins you want to use for normalizing step cycles. So all step cycles that are found to be shorter than this value, we duplicate values of your data until we reach this length. And if your original step cycle should be longer, we average the values of neighboring time points, so temporally adjacent data points, until we shrink your step cycle to this value. Next, you can use these next two checkboxes to choose whether you would like to compute or analyze accelerations or not. Then is an option for normalizing the heights of step cycles separately, which is useful if you know that you have some distortion in your tracking, or maybe an uneven floor or a tilted room or so. Then you can choose to analyze y-coordinate averages. So this is the dimension to which we also use for normalizing step cycles. So use this option carefully. Then for the output section, you can choose how many joints you would like to plot in detail. And plotting in detail concretely means how many joints you want to generate individual step cycle plots for. So the Z by Y coordinate figures, for example. And note that the order of joints matters. So if you put 3 in this window and you have 5 joints here, we generate plots for the first 3 joints. You can use this box to not show the plots in our figure GUI if you want. The next one, to use a standard error instead of the standard deviation for your figures. Then you can choose a color palette for your figures. So these are all color palettes that Seaborn provides. Then you can choose to plot legends outside of figure panels if you would like to do that. And you can choose a custom location to save results to. if this box is left empty, we create a folder called results in your data location. And then within that results folder, we generate subfolders for each of your videos and store the results that we generate there. Once you have configured everything, you can choose to analyze just a single data set if you want. Or if not, uncheck this box and then we will run all the data that we can find in the folder as I explained earlier, and then just hit run. And I will not wait until this is done because it takes a bit for this data set. However, this is the general workflow of AutoGaitA Simi as well as all advanced configuration.